name is Sharon Massey, and I'm a metalsmith. I make a lot of what I would call studio jewelry, so it's one-of-a-kind sculptural pieces. And my work is really informed by my surroundings, so I'm very inspired by the aesthetic of the city of Pittsburgh. And I've pretty recently started making work that's inspired by the Pittsburghese language. Making pieces that say jagoff and yinzer and downtown and words like that that I think are fun and really distinctive to the city.
Downtown. Hey, Yin's going over here north side.
No.
I'm Barbara Johnstone. I'm a professor at Carnegie Mellon. My field is linguistics, and so I teach courses in language, about language and culture, language and society, and language variation, why people talk differently in different places and in different situations.
Downtown.
Pittsburgh.
I do say downtown.
Get out.
A lot.
Yins.
I think I heard yins, and it was like at a restaurant. The waitress said something like, what would yins like? And I'm so used to y'all coming from down south that yins was really new to me, and I had to ask what it meant.
Yins go downtown?
Yins, which comes from you-ones, a version of you-ones, and that's what we call a second-person plural pronoun.
Yins are going to learn about nouns and pronouns.
So in normal standard English, not normal English, but standard English that you learn in school, you use you for both of those, but many dialects of English make a distinction. They want to use you for a singular, and you guys, you all, you ones, you yous, you girls, you folks, you people, to make it clear that they're talking to more than one person.
Jeet?
Jeet yet? No, Jew. Jew? And out.
When people put an ad at the end of every sentence, an at, I think is really interesting and funny.
Yins going downtown and that?
That comes from and that, and that means something like et cetera, and so on and so forth. And that's also very common for people to want to have some way of just indicating that, I don't need to go on because you know what I'm going to say.
And out.
It's predictable.
And then the way everybody says Don and the D-O-W-N, they would pronounce D-A-H-N. So Don or I don't know. I'm not from here, so I don't feel like I say it really well, but I hear it, and it's really interesting to me.
Downtown.
When people say downtown and and has and so on, partly because that's a real Pittsburgh thing. You don't hear that anywhere else.
Get out.
I've lived in quite a few cities, and I haven't seen any place that is as proud of each neighborhood and of their dialect.
And that.
Because so many people have been forced to leave Pittsburgh.
In out.
Because of when the steel industry sort of collapsed around here.
Oh my God!
Many people had to move, and many of those people are still nostalgic for home.
The Pittsburgh Stars.
How about them Steelers?
People are so proud of the city, and it's so distinctive that they should have, and they're so into celebrating Pittsburgh. Everybody wears their black and gold and their Pittsburgh things, and I thought they should have jewelry. This is my mill hunk badge, and it was the first Pittsburgh-related piece I made. It's a badge for a steel worker, for a blue-collar steel worker. I started making a couple pieces for the shop at the mattress factory. So I made a jag-off belt buckle, and when I wrote it out, it was really pretty. So it looked really nice aesthetically, and then it was also really funny and really distinctively Pittsburgh.
Jag-off, which is also a Scots-Irish word.
Not allowed to say jagoff.
More and more people think it sounds like a word that you're not supposed to say.
That was a swear word in my house.
They are reluctant to say it for that reason. It's a very old word.
Yin's a jagoff.
Is the verb jag, is same as in jaggerbush and jagging around and don't stop jagging me.
Yin's jag my wires.
And that just means to annoy somebody, or almost like to poke them the way a jaggerbush would have poke things that poke you on it.
It's all handmade by me, and it's kind of labor intensive, but it's a process I really enjoy. So I take a sheet of metal and I saw out the word, and that's kind of a thick piece of metal, and then I solder that down to a base sheet to give the piece strength. And I either do it all out of sterling silver, so it's just silver jewelry, or I'll saw it out of brass and put it onto patinaed silver, so it's black and gold.
What I really like is discovering new ways that people are using this resource, because I really want people to think of Pittsburgh speech and Pittsburghese as part of their heritage, not to just think of it as a joke or something embarrassing, but to think of it as something that they should preserve, not teach their children to talk that way, but just preserve the memory of it.
It's gone.
Did you?
Hi, Ian. Dawn.
I think it's just another way to show their pride in their city. And it's kind of funny, but some of it's kind of serious too. The ones that just say Pittsburgh, you know, it can kind of go either way if you want to be serious about it or if you want it to say Stillers and be more silly.
You gonna go?
I really like the idea of having handmade things, so I want other people to know that and appreciate it. And that's another reason that I wanted to make things specific to Pittsburgh, is because I thought it would appeal to people, but also kind of give them a way to own something handmade and locally made. It's another way to show their Pittsburgh pride.